And just in general, this recital is not as much about piano, it's just my growth in life. And you've all helped me in that growth of life, so thank you for that. Just from the beginning, I want to talk a little bit about why I'm doing this recital. Because I've played piano since first grade, as I said, this growth also represents my growth in life. And a couple weeks ago, I came across a verse that really encapsulated my desire for this recital. Psalms 89:1, which says, "I will sing of the steadfast love of the Lord forever. And with my mouth I will make known your faithfulness to all generations." And that's really my goal. I don't really want to exalt my abilities or what happens tonight. I want to exalt God, who has given those abilities and has proven to be faithful through all this journey. So that's my ultimate goal. The first song I'll be playing today is called "Leap Is Strong," and it's composed by Clarence Gabes. So this next song is extra special for me because I'll get to play a song with my sister Rachel. And the song we're going to be playing was originally composed for a violin and piano duet, and because Rachel's obviously not going to be playing the violin, it was a great opportunity for us to practice our composition skills. And Rachel and I would both agree that composition is not our greatest talent, so we enjoyed being able to stretch our abilities, so that was lots of fun. Rachel's a very special part of my life, so I hope you enjoy this song called Prayer. So just like Rachel is a very special part of my life, I'd like to talk a little bit about the way my mom and dad helped me to grow in piano. Like Dad mentioned, neither my parents play an instrument, but they made sure that all of us played an instrument. And when I was younger, I didn't really appreciate that, but now I'm extremely grateful they did push me to learn an instrument. Dad, thank you for letting me use your office space day in and day out. I know you called it, I think it was a blessing, but there were lots of times I know it wasn't. You wouldn't use that word, or at least I wouldn't. And you had to endure through a lot of stuff that I wouldn't even call music, so thank you for letting me do that. And Mom, thank you for always vocalizing your love and your support for my playing. And even when I would totally botch a song, you would always talk about how you loved how I played, you loved the piece. So both your guys' encouragement really helped propel me in my growth, and what you see now is a product of their encouragement. So I'm very grateful for my parents and how they helped me. The next song I'll be playing is called Un Suspiro. It was also composed by Franz Liszt, so I hope you enjoy. towel beside the piano when they play in full suits, but now I know it's something they actually really need. So, new respect for those people. The next song we'll be playing is a duet with my wonderful piano teacher, Joey Hupton. She's taught me ever since first grade. She's a great blessing in my life. I'll be saying a few more words about her after this next song. But we played many duets in the past together, and the next song you'll be hearing is Fantasia in F minor, by Franz Schubert. to say a few words about Jody. Jody's been a great blessing in my life and really has propelled me in my growth in piano. She's a great reason why I am here today, so very grateful for her. There's a lot of reasons why I'm grateful. I'm just going to highlight a couple. One of them is she really helped me to love the piano. I think I already mentioned it slightly, but when I was younger, there was a couple years I really just didn't like playing the piano. I didn't enjoy practicing or performing, but what Jody would allow me to do is she let me play unconventional songs that really let me enjoy the piano. And to show an example, the next song I'll be playing is the Star Wars medley, which represents about a 2 or 3 year period where most of the songs I played were either from Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. And it's funny because when Jody actually told me, Gabe, I think we need to start playing some different songs, my thought was, well, what else is there to play? But Jody really did help me love the piano, and I'm extremely grateful for her to do that. But she also didn't let me just stagnate in the pieces I enjoyed. She also helped push me into different areas that wasn't as comfortable. She let me know when and how to move on from my comfort zone. So her patience and her persistence helped me to persevere in my growth in piano. So Jody, you've been a great blessing in my life. I'm so thankful for you. As just a small gift of gratitude, we have these flowers for you.
It's been such an honor to work with
minutes, so feel free to stretch your legs or use the restroom, and then we'll reconvene in 15 minutes. Thanks. As many of you know, my sister Danielle is teaching children in Africa, so she has a little bit of a better commitment right now. But she really was a big catalyst in my growth, so I'd just like to take a couple minutes talking about how she did help me grow. As I mentioned earlier, those couple of years I really disliked piano. In a lot of ways, Danielle faced the brunt of that dislike. And the reason why she did is because she would sit down around 3 times during the week and would help me during my practice times. And sometimes I would drag myself to the piano bench and grumpily play through 15 minutes of practice time that she had to assist. But one of the things I really loved about Danielle is she had a lot of ingenious ways to keep me well-behaved and really on time practicing. One of my favorites is the metronome awards, which Danielle created. For those who don't know what a metronome is, it's a tool that musicians use to make sure they're on time. So it is a tick, tock repeatedly, and you know exactly when you get off time. So it is very annoying, and my fellow musicians can attest to that. So what Danielle would do is she would use that as a reward. If I was well behaved, I wouldn't have to use the metronome in my practice time. So she would have bronze, silver, and gold levels to this award. And to show you how well behaved I was, or lack thereof, I very rarely received that highest level of that award. But the time Danielle spent with me really did help me grow. Since then, we really enjoyed playing many duets together and growing as peers on the piano. I wish this next song was a duet with Danielle, but unfortunately that's not to be. So the next song we'll be playing is a nocturne that was written by Chopin. next song that I'll be playing, I'm super psyched to play, is a duet I'll be playing with my good friend Lane. It's called Home. I've really enjoyed getting to know Lane over the past year, and he's been a great encouragement in my life. We've really enjoyed getting this song ready, so we're really excited to play it for you. But we've really enjoyed being able to try to balance the two instruments together and create a great show for you guys. So we hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed putting it together. there's two main reasons why I want to be playing this next song. The first reason I want to be playing it is because it really represents my growth in improvisation. I'm more naturally skilled as a classical piano player, and learning improv was more of a challenge for me. I mean, for those who don't know the difference between those two terms, to give an analogy, classical trained pianists would play a piece like someone would give a speech just reading the script, while an improvisational piano player would play a piece like someone would give a speech just based off an outline. So that's kind of the difference between the two. But Jody really pushed me to grow in this area, and I'm extremely glad she did. I think it's because of this reason more than any others that I really do love piano and love music. And the reason why I believe that is because it's given me an avenue to play piano without having to practice for 6 months to really master a piece. And it's also given me an avenue that I can worship my God through this instrument. And that kind of transfers into my second reason why I want to play this. It's because it represents what's most important in my life, which is my relationship with God. As many of you know, I've grown up in a Christian home. And when I was 5 years old, I accepted Christ in my life. Although I was a Christian, when I was around 14 years old, I realized I wasn't living like a believer should. During that time in my life, God used 1 Corinthians 6:11, which says, "And such are some of you, but you were washed, you were sanctified, you were justified by the name of Christ Jesus and by the Spirit of our God." What God was really telling me was that, Gabe, you're living like how you were before you were a believer. If you're really going to call yourself a Christian, then you need to change how you're living. During that same part of my life, I began to seriously doubt my faith. I knew I couldn't believe in Christianity just because my parents believe in it, or because many people around me believe in it. But I know I had to believe in Christianity because it was really true. So from that point on, I went on about a 2-year period of doubting and questioning and wondering if Christianity was really true. I started this whole recital talking about how my goal for tonight is to really show God's faithfulness. And I'm standing here today to say that God has been faithful. He has been faithful to change me more into his image, and he has been faithful to demonstrate through creation and the intricacies in it, and through the trustworthiness of his word, that he really does exist, and that he's present today. A question I really thought about is, was I a Christian during those times of doubt and sin? And I would say I was. I became a Christian when I accepted Christ at the age of 5. Christianity is not about us getting our act together and then God coming to save us. Christianity is about God saving us and sticking with us, even through the times of questioning and sin. So that's really one reason why I want to be playing this next song, because it represents that. The truth is that we all have that sin in our life. The problem is that sin demands a punishment. Now we kind of hit a crossroads when we realize that we can't pay for that punishment. The punishment is death, and we all deserve that. But God sent his Son, Jesus Christ, down to earth to take our sin, to take the death that we deserve. He suffered on the cross for our sin. And all we have to do is believe in faith on his work. As you're listening to this song that Allie and Anthony and I will be playing, think about the truth of these words. The reason I played this song is I love the words and what they mean. They speak about the sacrifice Christ had to suffer for our sakes so we could be free. And listen to the security that his work really does bring. When Christ died for us and we are a Christian, he has secured us, not because of our own work, but because Christ was enough. His sacrifice was enough. So you'll find the words in the program, and I would love if you all could stand and sing this song with us today. So since this is really the last time I'm going to speak this evening, I just want to say again, thank you for all coming. Your support really means a lot, and like I said, you've all played a part in my life, so I really appreciate you being here and supporting me. Just to follow up with this song you played, I know not all of you are Christians. Sorry. But I know the difference it's made in my life. I would ask you to not wait another day before you make this right with God. God is holding out this grace for you right now. He wants you to come to know Him. He's offering that to you even now. The Bible says today is the day of salvation. He's ready and willing to accept you. I just care for all of you very deeply. I know it's a life-changing decision. It's changed my life. I know many here can testify. It's changed theirs too. So, I just says, wait another day. Sorry. The last song I'll be playing is one of my favorites I've played through my high school career. I've really enjoyed playing it because it represents my growth I've experienced through high school. I've started playing it when I was a freshman, and since then I have relearned it 2 separate times. And the reason why I think it shows my growth is because each time I have picked it up, I've been able to play things I wasn't able to play before, and express it in ways I wasn't able to previously. And the other reason I really enjoy it is because it really has great dynamic shifts. This is the one Dad called the banger. But it is a really enjoyable song because it's so dramatic, and the romantic period is really known for that, and this prelude definitely embodies that. So I hope you enjoy this last song, and thank you for coming. I appreciate you all, so thank you.